weep, grana weep, ninny bong, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related. So a bit of a 2-for-1 jobby today. I realised that even though I've had this lovely Mirage in my collection, the original Siege one, I've not actually done a review on it. So I've just picked up the Netflix version of Decepticon Mirage, and I thought I'd do a bit of a 2-for-1, bit of a comparison, and we'll have a look at both of them together. So just who is Mirage? So some write-ups and some of the bios on Mirage that we've had in the past is that Mirage was actually a spy, and he was a good fighter, but he was definitely a spy, and he was also part of the kind of Autobot or Cybertronian aristocracy, so he had quite a posh kind of upbringing and background, and he was a good fighter. When they actually get to Cybertron, we know he missed Cybertron a lot, and some of the Autobots, mainly Cliffjumper, felt it very difficult to actually trust Mirage quite a lot, and I wonder if they're really going to dig deep into this with the new Netflix Cybertron War for Cybertron release, and this is how we've got the Decepticon version, because perhaps this is him in his spy mode. So let's just have a little look at both of these figures together. So first off, as we always do on this channel, let's have a look at the packaging. So on the front, you can see the differences here. Now, obviously this one just says Siege War for Cybertron. This one says Siege War for Cybertron. It's white, and you also get the little Netflix symbol in the top. And at the top, we've got Takara, Tomy, and Hasbro on the bottom still. So the addition here is obviously the newly painted white and red version. I quite like these box arts, and the box art on the back is actually a lot better as well. So you get a nice big Decepticon logo with Mirage's face on the back. I really like these backdrops, very good. Hotlinks was fantastic. You're going to check my review out for Hotlink as well, and it does say that he's a Decepticon and his name is Mirage. Here we've got he's an Autobot and his name is Mirage, and this is the classic Siege. Then we move to the side and we have the two different versions here of the fantastic Siege artwork. One of them is just purely is the pure original colors, and the other one is kind of the red and grey filter that they've slapped over it. Then you've got Siege, War for Cybertron, and then here you've just got War for Cybertron Trilogy, so naming is slightly different on these, and of course you've got the huge Netflix at the top. So then we move around the back and we can see the product shots here. We can see there's no difference between the way that they transform. So they both transform in 19 steps. We can see the lovely product shots of Mirage. They're holding a Battlemaster, and here it's a little bit different. The product shots mainly focus in on Mirage and his alt mode and the bot mode. Then we have the top, so it's still an Autobot logo on the top here, and then the old Siege Autobot logos here, and the bottom we have all of the technical data and the information there. So the box art on the side for Mirage, we get two different takes on this now, which is great. I'm really glad they didn't reuse this. Although they have just flipped the face a little bit, I guess, and stuck the Decepticon logo on there, but it's a slightly different version. Really nice box art there. I really like the way that looks. Absolutely fantastic. Always the box art on the side of these things looks absolutely phenomenal, and this is absolutely no different. Lovely purple Decepticon logo there on the side. Everybody knows I love my black and purple Decepticons, so yeah, that looks fantastic. Also with the Netflix Mirage, you get your first piece of Teletran 1. I think this is actually the floor that I get with this, perhaps. So yep, so I got my first piece of Teletran 1. I actually forgot about this until I opened the box. I forgot that this was coming with it, but yeah, nice. Piece of orange cardboard. You have to get them all obviously to make the background for Teletran 1, but yeah, pretty nice. And of course you get the destructions with him. The destructions on him are pretty cool. They are actually Decepticon Mirage ones, which is nice because when I got my Nemesis Prime, I still basically just got the ones for Siege Prime. So nice that they've switched up the instructions here. They've made them all purple to match the Decepticon logo and changed all that out there as well, so that's pretty nice. Okay, so let's start to have a little look at the main events themselves. So these are the two alt modes together. So obviously you can automatically start to see the little differences here. We're going to first take a little look at Mirage. So Mirage is the original Siege version is his classic blue, white, silver, Cybertronian race car, but it looks very Earth style race car still. Nice. I really like this translucent blue that's on here. You can get a translucent blue version of Mirage as well, which is like akin to his invisible mode, which I haven't picked up yet, but I would like to get that one day in my collection, I guess. Nice silver paint, some Cybertronian writing on the side, I'm not sure what that says. Nice big engine, and then at the back is where it all falls down a little bit. It's just a little bit, yeah, a little bit messy at the back. This actually forms his chest plate. Obviously, you would think that this bit would form Mirage's chest plate, but it doesn't. So it's a little bit messy at the back, but all in all, it's a really, really nice little Cybertronian race car. I quite like it. It rolls very well. Lots of nice molded detail and stuff, but it's a pretty nice car. Then we move on to the Siege version. So the Siege Decepticon version, and the paint job, other than the paint job, obviously this is the same mold, so we get the same kind of molded detail, but we lose some of the translucent blues, and you know, this is cut. It's a tale of two stories with this for me. It's obviously it's the same model, but we lose, like, where's the big Decepticon logo here? You would think if we had a big Autobot logo here, we'd have a big Decepticon logo here, which that kind of disappoints me that they haven't done that, because obviously we get the Decepticon logo still around here on the back, but I would have liked to have seen that here on the front on this mold as well. Also, when I first looked at this, and I'll bring Hotlink out later on for a comparison, Hotlink has a fantastic new paint job, which is all kind of you know, sprayed on. It looks like it's all airbrushed, similar to kind of what they've got here. This kind of just looks like it's, I don't know, just splatted on, just like have some purple and silver. It's just, I don't know. I think I would have been more impressed with this paint job on this had I have not picked Hotlink up before, and I'll bring that out for the comparison in a minute. But also, original Mirage, no battle damage, and you can start to see now with this one actually that we do get battle damage with this. So that was obviously a bit of an obscurity for the Siege line, that Mirage had no battle damage, because all of the Siege guys had the battle damage, but this guy comes with battle damage now, so I'm wondering if more this is kind of the Earthrise kind of version maybe that we see without the battle damage, and then this is who he will be during the cartoon, or the original, or the beginning of the cartoon maybe. Obviously everything within the War for Cybertron line has these little gun ports here, so we can just drop the guns in and he gets his two guns. And speaking of accessories, obviously this model does come with accessories, so each one comes with the same accessories. You don't get any new ones for this model. For the original version, you get his rocket launcher, obviously that will sit on his shoulder. And you also get a little gun here as well. They just sit on top of there. And then with the Netflix version, you get just a plain silver one. and you get the same gun, which is pretty much the same color as well. So you lose a little bit of coloring and detail with this model on this, but I guess this kind of fits the way that this looks. When they are fully in their bot modes, yeah, I think I still got to give it to the original Mirage. Yeah, I think I was more happier with the original drawings of this. I think in the flesh, or in the metal, or in the plastic, I'm a little bit disappointed, certainly with the alt mode on this. I'd like to also bring out Hotlink, as I have said. So this is him compared to Hotlink, and this is what I'm saying about the paint. Look at Hotlink's paint job here, airbrushed, really nice. Everything kind of blends in really nicely together. Check out my review on this guy. I think it was my last review or the review before, but I'll link it in the description, and I'll also just put a little sidebar here. But look at the difference. Look at the difference between the paint job on that. So you see the little kind of splat versus the really nice blended in airbrush, and you get the nice blended in airbrush at the front. I'm not sure why they just went with this splat basically. So I think that really lets it down, but that's how the two compare. Everyone knows I like my purple and black Transformers, or certainly my purple and black Decepticons, and that's how they compare together. Okay, so now we've come to the part where we're going to actually look at how this guy transforms. So Decepticon Mirage transforms exactly the same as Autobot Mirage, so I'm just going to transform the one, and I'll use the newest one. So first of all, you're going to want to unhook the engine part here, and that kind of frees up everything then. So let's work on the top piece here first by separating the two pieces that are here. So you just bring them out, and then you can separate his little arms there and bring out his head. There's his lovely looking head. Then you're going to want to fold these wheels back in. So his back here. Fold them in, and then you can start to work kind of down here, because we've transformed most of the top there. So when you're going to work down here, you just separate everything that's here, and then you've got the two legs to work on independently. These wheels, they just fold back onto themselves, and this side piece here unclips and folds down. The little foot comes out there and just clips it back in there, and then the wheels kind of clip over to the side, and then this bit here again just comes round. The leg itself just separates out, the foot comes out, and then it's down, clips in, and then it's just hooked round to bring the legs to where they should be. So then you've got his two legs. Just angle this up slightly. So then you've got his two legs there, and then you can just fold in the body. So then we have Decepticon Mirage there, and then we just fold in his arms, fold in the other arm, just clip into two tabs there. These parts are already down, and then his little handies come out, and his little handy comes out here. And there we have him, Decepticon Mirage. Who has a few challenges standing up, but there we have him, Decepticon Mirage. So there we have the twins together now. Decepticon Mirage looking all greys and purples and blacks and splats, and then we have classic looking blue and white Mirage here on the side. Let's have a little look at the two head sculpts. So we can see here that the two head sculpts are the same, they're identical, apart from one's got the blue eyes, yellow eyes, and the purples. So there's some just slight color changes. Obviously there's no difference in the molding. Chest, nice molded detail, looks like classic Mirage. Obviously this is a bit of a fake transformation piece because this just turns into the back, not the front where you think it is, but they both get the lovely nice logos. You get slightly less paint on this, but it's more of the airbrush styling, and I actually quite like that. Molded detailing, obviously coming down to the bottom. You've got the lovely translucent blue here on this, and here you've got the normal, this kind of splatty grey type thing, but it's not, it looks a little bit nicer than it does in the alt mode. And then you have the feet at the bottom, and then when we come around the sides we have the little the bits that form his spoiler, and then around the back is where you can see all the transformation piece, the wheels hide. Still got some nice molded detail here, but yeah, really not bad. We'll take a little look at the articulation. Articulation on both of these is identical. Obviously you get a full 360 on the head, and a little bit of an up and down, just a little bit. Then we get at the shoulder, we get a full 360 at the shoulder. Really nice articulation out there as well. At the elbow, if you just move this up, you'll get a full 360 and a nice bend. Hands, obviously due to the transformation, articulate a little bit like this as well. Then you get a full 360-degree swivel at the hips. Then you get a good extension on the legs. Can he ninja kick? Maybe he can, but he's a little loose on his hips, I have to say. But he can do it. Yes, well done. He can ninja kick, so balance wise he's pretty good. You get a bend at the knee, and you get slight toe articulation due to the hips, but this kind of all sticks out the back as well. And then you get a full nice swing here, as we proved with the ninja kick that we have there. So articulation wise, he's very nice figure. Comparing the two next to each other, and then we'll bring out the accessories. So accessories. Okay, so now we can start to look at how the accessories work in the bot mode, and of course Mirage would not be complete without his shoulder attached rocket launcher, and a little bit of an added play feature that I didn't know about until I was recently messing around with it for this video, is that the front actually comes off, pop, like this, so that you get the rocket launcher like so, and the rocket can just fly away. And you get a little port here, so I guess it can become a little gun or something for somebody, but the rocket launcher just attaches on there, and he looks like good old Mirage. And obviously the new Netflix one is just grey plastic. It's not two-tone like the original Mirage one, but aesthetically, yeah, it fits the paint job that we have on this Deceptor Creep. Then we have his little gun that he comes with as well. So this is the one for Mirage, and this is the one for Decepticon Mirage, because the grey is just slightly different on these guys. So there he is with that one, and there he is with that one. So that's them kind of all accessoried up. So next to each other they look pretty good. Definitely more of a fan of the bot mode for the Netflix reissue, the Decepticon one. I think he looks much better in this. You can see more of the airbrush rather than the splats. Next to Mirage, yeah, it's a tough choice next to them. Bot mode, alt mode, sorry, I definitely pick Mirage over Decepticon Mirage. But in bot mode, ooh, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I'm not sure which one I prefer. I think they're about on par. Yeah, I think they're about on par for me. It's different, very, very much too difficult for me to choose. And then just for shits and giggles and comparison, let's bring out Hotlink as we did before, so we can see again the paint job differences between the two. So we have Hotlink here. Obviously Hotlink is Voyager class, whereas Mirage is just the Deluxe. And side by side they look pretty good, but you know, the paint job on Hotlink is just miles better than the one on Mirage. I know it's a little bit different, but yeah, for me this is fantastic, this paint job, and it is good. And like I say, I'd have been happier with this version of Mirage had I not picked Hotlink up first. But all in all, yeah, it's not too bad, and they look good together. So all in all, which Mirage would I pick up? Would I pick up the new Netflix one? All in all, if I had to pick one, I would probably still go with the original Siege. If you're looking for something different, obviously go with the Decepticon one. But if you only need one for your collection, I would go with the original one. The paint job, if it was for me, is just a little lackluster. I know it's supposed to be a bit different, but it's just a little lackluster, just a little bit splattered all over the place for me. But if you are looking for something a little bit different, then yeah, this guy's pretty cool. Alt mode for me, bot mode, sorry, better than alt mode, 100%. But I like it. Really interested to see what happens in the Netflix TV series. Are they going to go on full Mirage spy version, and we're going to see him start as a Decepticon but then find out that it's just a spy later on, or is he actually going to start off as a Decepticon, or what's going to happen? I'm really interested to see what happens with Mirage, especially as we've got a toy of him in his Decepticon mode. Netflix Season 1 War for Cybertron coming out very soon on Netflix. I'm hyped. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this figure. Are you picking this guy up? Are you excited for it? Were you disappointed in the paint job on him, especially if you've already picked up Hotlink? Let me know down in the comments. And if you're new around here, guys, like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright guys, in a bit. Peace!